to Around the House in 80 Days. It's Tuesday the 3rd of November and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Hope you've had a great sleep and a fantastic breakfast and all ready to get started for your day. Before we get started on our movement session, just the usual health and safety messages. Just you are the person that knows about your health conditions, about what your abilities are. So please participate in the session to your own level of ability and comfort. Have some clear space around you. Make sure there's nothing lying about there that you can trip over. Have something near to hand for support when you're standing if you feel that you need that. And have the sensible footwear on. I should have said we're in the bedroom. We're going to have a bedroom boogie today. So I hope you'll enjoy it and I hope you'll join in. So first of all, we're going to start with our warm-up and we're going to start off with marching. So marching with our legs. Doing exactly the same if you want to do this sitting down, and gradually bring in our arms. And this is just our warm-up to try and get our circulation boosted a wee bit, get that blood flowing round the body, get it to all our muscles and tissues and joints and all our kind of major organs. So really just to get us a bit warmed up and to get us a bit more ready for doing some of the movements that we're going to show you this morning. Planning that our warm-up is roughly about a minute. I'm not very good at the timing, so I'll just kind of gauge a minute when I start to get out a puff a wee bit. And that is important, that you start to feel your heart beating a wee bit faster. You may be starting to feel that you're breathing a bit faster. Also, you don't have to march in time with me. If you feel this is too fast a pace for you, please march a bit slower. If you want to march a bit faster, feel you're able to do that, carry on and march a bit faster. Whatever your pace is, that is the correct pace. If you want to march up and down the room, that is absolutely fine too. Okay, so we're feeling a wee bit more warmer now. I'm certainly getting a bit out of breath. So time for a wee sit down, I think. I'll sit down on the side of the bed here. And we're going to do some, I think we'll maybe start off with some shoulder rolls actually. My shoulders are feeling a wee bit tense. So we're sitting with a good seated posture, feet firmly on the floor, toes facing forward. Imaginary thread taking our head right up to the ceiling, so nice straight back. And we're just going to breathe in, a few breaths, just take things easy, contemplating the day. So we're going to lift up our shoulders to our ears and roll them back. And just a nice, smooth, controlled movement. And we'll do a few of them just to get our shoulders moving a bit. So up to the ears with the shoulders and roll round to the back. You ready for another one? Shoulders up to the ears and roll round to the back. Feel those shoulder blades just squeezing together and easing that tension in your shoulder area. We'll do another one up to the ears and roll those shoulders back. Lovely. So feel a bit looser around the shoulders hopefully now. We are now going to do a wee bit of work on our ankles, a bit of an ankle movement. Hope you can see that okay. So sitting forward on the bed there, I'm just going to raise foot into the air and we're going to do some ankle rotations one way and then the other way. Okay, you good for that? We're going to do one leg and then we're going to do our other leg. So we'll start off, raise your leg. You don't need to raise it very high. I've raised it up high so that you can see it on the film. You just need to raise it off the floor and try and do 5 outward rotations. And then have a wee break. And you're holding your leg up like that. Sometimes you get a wee bit of cramp in your hip. Okay, and we're still working on our right leg. So lift that foot up again. And we're going to do our 5 internal rotations. We're going to have another wee break again before we start on the other leg. So lifting up your foot and doing 5 out the way, and a wee break, and then doing 5 in the way. Do you know our ankles can get quite stiff as we get older? And it's quite important that our ankles we do keep our ankles quite mobile. We need good ankle mobility for walking, for going up the stairs, for running, for getting about. So good to give those ankles a bit of movement there. The next movement we're going to do is a chest opener. So we're going to look out the window. Imagine you're looking out the window, just contemplating the day. What are you going to do today? What are your plans for today? So this is a nice movement to do just when you're thinking, oh, what could today be like? So sit up beautifully, tall posture in your chair, broaden out your chest, and imagine you're putting your hands in your back pockets and just push those shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together and hold. And look, isn't it lovely out there? Beautiful day. And release. Give your shoulders a wee roll. And then we'll do that again. Widen those shoulders apart, hands in the pockets. Deep breath and just hold. Lovely. So our shoulders are well slackened off now, and our chest lovely and open to breathe in that beautiful autumn winter air. The next movement we're going to do in our series for today is a thigh stretch, and I hope you're able to see this. Just keep one leg bent and the other leg heel on the floor, and I want you to lean forward and press on your bent knee and feel a lovely stretch up the back of your thigh on the other side, and hold that for a few seconds. That feels lovely, doesn't it? And we're going to do the same on the other side. Keep one leg bent, foot out in front, heel on the floor, and bend over a wee bit on your bent leg, and just feel that stretch up the back of your thigh on your hamstrings. And we need good flexible hamstrings again for simple things, for enable us to kind of walk about quite steadily. Lovely. Okie dokie, well, that's our bedroom boogie session done for today. We'll do our cool down. I'm going to do a bit of a boogie. We're going to do a bit of a twist. So everyone knows how to do the twist. This is our boogie for today. So standing nice and tall, I want both your feet planted firmly on the ground. Do the same seated as standing, and just have a good old twist. Just twist that upper body, twist those hips, and you can sing along if you want. I hope you've enjoyed today's bedroom boogie session. Tune in again at lunchtime for our next session. Remember, as I've said before, this is a pilot programme that we're doing with Age Scotland. So please leave a comment or some feedback after you've watched the video, or click on the likey button or whatever it is to say that you like it. That's if you do like it, of course. Okie dokie, so that's us done for this morning. Hope you've got a lovely day and I look forward to seeing you later. Bye.